ISO 14001-2004 Environment Management System Manual. The ISO 14001-2004 Environment Management System Manual should cover the following. Section 1. Environment Policy. To develop a successful and effective environmental management system, there are 5 key tasks that must be undertaken by management. A. Select an environmental management system coordinator. The selection of an environmental management system coordinator is crucial to the success of your environmental management system. This person will be responsible for developing and implementing the environmental policy and the environmental management system. Great care must be taken to ensure that the person chosen is well qualified to handle the responsibilities associated with the environmental management system. B. Perform a gap analysis. A gap analysis determines the differences or gaps between one system and another. Not only will this analysis identify the gaps, but it also should determine the size of the gaps. These findings will lead to recommendations, project plans, and the identification of necessary resources for filling the gaps. C. Prepare a budget and obtain the appropriate resources. After conducting a gap analysis, the Environmental Management System Coordinator will develop a budget that covers the necessary resources to complete an environmental management system that conforms with ISO 14001. For some organizations, this may mean establishing a budget for the entire process. Other organizations may only need to update certain portions of their existing management system. ISO 14001, Section 4.4.1 requires top management to provide the essential resources to implement, control, and manage the environmental management system. D. Select an environmental management system team. Top management and the environmental management system coordinator may consider creating an environmental management system team to assist in developing and implementing the system. This decision should be based on the size of the organization or facility that will be implementing the environmental management system. This team should consist of key individuals from various divisions, departments, and operating work areas within the organization who are familiar with the facility, the various processes, and its environmental requirements. Diversity among team members will bring together a pool of expertise and ideas from which to develop and implement the environmental management system. E. Develop an environmental policy. The environmental policy is an essential part of an organization's environmental management system. The environmental policy must establish the overall direction of the organization in terms of its commitment to environmental responsibility. A policy should also set the foundation and framework for meeting the environmental objectives and targets for the organization. The ISO 14001 standard establishes certain requirements that an organization's environmental policy must meet. If your organization already has an environmental policy, review this section to ensure it meets the ISO 14001 requirements. The first requirement is that top management must establish and define the environmental policy. Note that ISO 14001 does not specifically state that top management must write the policy, only that it must be committed to the policy and ensure its implementation. These actions are essential in constructing a firm foundation for an effective environmental management system.